welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Just about set for football as we welcome you to SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. Today, a good one in the NFC West. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go from Southern California. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
46-yard line.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he'll be forced out of bounds. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Ram.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Second down and 3. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And the Rams are going to be looking at first and goal. They move it down to the 4.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. First and goal. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Rams. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
bring Dicker, the kicker, for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Corey Horton now to return it. Oh! He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 4. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Jonathan Allen gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Third down and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Pass right side, that is hauled in by Horton.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw...
Sean McVay disagrees on the sideline, and he's throwing the red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They wind up getting 4 on that 4th and 1.
Yeah, sometimes these coaches want to overthink it. They want to dial up these super tricky plays and try to outthink themselves sometimes, and you find yourself here on 4th and real short. Something easy, something your guys have repped a million times. Win the battle up front and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Taken in right side by Barner. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 41, here's second and 3. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete, and it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
2 yards, and it's third down.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Cup in motion. On 3rd and a yard, here's Darnold. And that one's complete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Rams offense ready now for their second drive. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Stafford now on second down. That's caught by Puka. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
It seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Throw on third down, Stafford. Moving left. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
10 yards. That's good for the Rams. First down.
On third down, the defense decides to dial up a blitz. Give credit to the offensive line and the running backs. They were ready for it. They picked it up. That's what allowed the quarterback to escape the pocket, see open space, and convert and pick up the first down.
Right side. That's made by McLaurin. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Down inside the 10. And he will score! Harry Warren, touchdown Los Angeles. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Kicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Rams will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, here comes Horton. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. They're an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up second
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
So, from the 37, here's second and a couple. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Rolling to the left.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught, left side, it's complete. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Seattle.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
This one complete to Bobo. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That pass play good for 22. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal coming up. He takes this down to about the 5.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run here, and it's Charbonnet. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Zach Charbonnet. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, we better tie those shoelaces tight. We could be in for a track meet. Great start on offense in this one.
Yeah, it certainly has, Mike, and I think the biggest thing for this offense is how they've bounced back to some early adversity. They found themselves trailing here in the first quarter, and they cut into that lead. I got a feeling this thing's going to go back and forth, and we're going to have some fireworks ahead of us.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Seahawks 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Second down, it's Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. We are through one. The Rams out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Second quarter now. Rams in control of the football. They'll come up here, 1st and 10, as we are ready to get back underway. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And 3rd down coming up. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left line of Cooper. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
On the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down. We have an injured player for the Rams on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. The motion man here is McLaurin. They go play action with Stafford. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they continue to churn out 1st down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And this one, blown up, good surge, drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
At the 9-yard line.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
The motion man here is McLaurin. Williams gets it on the draw. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And Here comes 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Harry McLaurin, touchdown Rams. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Point after now from Dicker. He knocks it through, and the Rams will take a 21-7 lead.
21, Seahawks 7.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, here comes Horton. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. And this is going to be a Seahawks 1st down, as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
37-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. And the Seahawks.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
The throw on 1st down is Darnold. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Charbonnet. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
No gain on the play.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call design runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. Huff brings it in left side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Rams' 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Charbonnet in the back, and he goes straight ahead. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
4-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on second down, Darnold. He's got it at about the 8. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
5-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Now Darnold. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete. Zach Charbonnet was the intended target. And it'll bring up second and goal.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here's Charbonnet. He slams it in there, and he is in. Zach Charbonnet. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks draw closer here. It's 21-14.
Seahawks 14.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this is going to be a Rams first down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
A first down throw for Stafford. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down. Now it's Stafford. To the outside. Catch made by Pickett. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. The shotgun snap to Stafford. A quick slant on the money to McLaurin. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
On the pickup, brings up second and 2 at the Seahawks 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. To the air again. Stafford. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Play action now for Stafford. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he's in! Dallas Goddard! Touchdown, L.A. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in his first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
14.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one taken at the 7. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
6-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This one complete to Bobo. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. First and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They motion the slot man left. Darnold to the air once more. Looking middle, and there is Horton. Now Seattle use the final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. To throw again is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one just didn't feel right from the jump. I think he sensed that he was either going to take a sack or get baited into making a bad throw. So ultimately a good decision. Just throw the ball away.
On 4th down, here comes the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
at their own
Matthew
8-yard
Stafford
line.
and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. They put Pickens in motion. Now a first down throw for Stafford. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
To number 13, George Pickens. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 18-yard line.
So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Horton. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On the ground, Charbonnet. Up the sideline to the 40s. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
There's 2 elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Darnold. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Williams now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Rams offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll run it to the right here with Jacobs. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
First down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That is sweet. Gain of 16 on back-to-back plays. And another first down.
Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for third down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. And he'll get about 5.
Jacobs again, ball carrier. He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. First and goal coming up.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Back to throw is Stafford. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
Complete to Josh Jacobs. A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
2nd and goal. Stafford. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. That's going to bring it to 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
They put Pickens in motion. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Seahawks 17.
So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Well, Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Here's a run inside, and it's Charbonnet. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here's Darnold. He'll let it go deep left sideline. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up third down.
So they're not going to come down with the reception, but, Mike, this is actually a really good ball. So with the coverage being as tight as it was, the only place that quarterback can put the ball is high and to the outside, saying, hey, if my guy can't come down with it and keep his feet in bounds, nobody is. The last thing you want to do is miss that ball on the inside, because those are the ones that end up going the other direction.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It was clear this offseason this was an area of emphasis. They wanted to continue to fortify the interior of this defensive line, and with this young player, they think they've got themselves a good one.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this is going to be a Rams first down as the tackle is made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, as you can see on this run, this is a back who is not going to shy away from contact. He actually welcomes it. His ability to run through contact, break tackles, and still have the speed and burst to pick up big yards.
The motion man here is McLaurin. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He was brought down at the 41-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Stafford. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Stafford now on third down. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Less than a yard.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard
The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. On first down, they'll start with Charbonnet. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Bobo is the motion man. They'll go play action with Darnold. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A loss of a yard on the
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's the pass rush. Gets home, and he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Rams offense ready for this next possession. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Now trying to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
You know at this point the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Stafford from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he will score again. Harry Flores, touchdown Los Angeles. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Point after now from Dicker. The kick is good. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
17.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, here comes Horton. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. Now Charbonnet. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. He'll get this one out to his fullback. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
Quick throw here is complete. A gain there of 11. First down, Seattle.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
In motion is Barner. Darnold to throw again. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams' 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 4. Here's Darnold again. Up brings it in left side. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he will have the Seahawks first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Connects with Kupp on the slant. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Give them 27, and it's 1st and goal.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Charbonnet is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now the point after drop from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to edge a bit closer.
Seahawks 24.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Here's Williams on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And this is going to be a Rams first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Two-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a game.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Throw on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. Darnold now on 1st and 10. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throw, it was clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Charbonnet. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
Third and 2. Here we go. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got a man. That's Horton. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sam Darnold sacked. A loss of 3 yards. It's second down.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now on second and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this out wide. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up first and second down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's going to air this one out. That is brought in. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down. To throw again is Darnold. He'll check this one down to Charbonnet. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They come up for second and 2. Darnold to the air once more. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Bobby Wagner. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks will cut the deficit to 7.
38. Seahawks 31.
A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Rams offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And this one really all over but the shouting. 1 timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Rams. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Rams are victorious as we say so long from SoFi.